My dear algorithm, we need to talk. This is not working. If you are a new YouTuber or a new creator on YouTube and you are a bit frustrated with putting all that work, energy, and effort into making your videos as good as you can get them, and you put them up, you upload them, and then bam, they just disappear into the void. Same. The good news is instead of spiraling out of control with frustration and discouragement, I've shifted my approach a little bit. If you're struggling with this, stick around. I think there'll be some things you can pull out of this. I have seriously started thinking of him as a human. Al and I have a very volatile relationship. I've given him a name, I've given him a pronoun, and I've given him some pretty specific personality traits. I call him Al. He calls me, oh, wait, he doesn't call me anything because I don't even think he knows that I exist. The relationship is very one sided. And because of that, I think I'm breaking up with him. This is how I imagine my side of the breakup conversation going. Al, my dear algorithm, we need to talk. This is not working. I have done everything you have asked me to do and more in an effort to win you over. I post consistently. I add tags. I put my human face on my thumbnails with some emotion on my face. And look, I have a big head. It takes a lot of courage to put my face on a thumbnail. Yet I step into it and I do it, and still nothing. Despite my hard work and determination to make this relationship work, it's not. You completely ignore me. So I should clarify, this video is not intended to be a rant or a tutorial. It's a bit of a lighthearted perspective on the very real struggles of being a new YouTuber. I've been at it for 18 months and the struggles are real. I'm starting to approach my relationship with Al like I would any complicated relationship, through the lens of life lessons. I'm going to share with you 3 life lessons that I am starting to apply to this complicated relationship with the algorithm. And if you're still with me at the end of the video, I will show you another way that I am personifying the algorithm. And I will share with you what I think Al is reading these days. And as much as I hate to admit it, I think we could all take a lesson or two from what he's reading. I'm Angela, and if this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome. It's called Lead Your Living, and it's a channel about taking the lead in your own living, your wellness, your work, your leisure. Most of my videos are in those 3 categories, but I did commit when I started my channel that I was also going to share a little bit of my YouTube adventure experience journey. And so I do have a few videos that are specifically about my experience as a new YouTuber over 50, a new YouTuber recently retired, and a new YouTuber completely new to the whole YouTube world. Some people say that they have new channels, but they've had tons of other channels. No, this is until 18 months ago, I did nothing with YouTube. And because I only have a few videos on my channel about being a YouTuber, I did what any good YouTuber would do. I created a playlist. My playlist on my channel is called, what is it called? YouTubers over 40, over 50, over 60. Look at me creating a playlist. A year ago, I didn't even know what a playlist was. Now I created my own, and here I am sharing it with you. Progress comes in small steps. Okay, back to Al and life lessons. Life lesson number 1, you cannot be in a healthy relationship with someone else until you have a healthy relationship with yourself. And this applies to the relationship between the new YouTuber and the algorithm. As new creators, this is a whole new world to us, or it's a whole new world to me. We have a lot to learn. Yeah, we're very smart, but we still have a lot to learn about the YouTube world. I need to get a little more comfortable and a little more confident with this new version of myself, the YouTube version of me. I can't invite someone else into this relationship until I kind of have a healthy relationship with myself, with my YouTube self. There is no room for Al right now adding additional pressure. So how we put this into action? Well, what I've done is I've made a decision to stop stressing and obsessing about Al, the algorithm, and all of his crazy, continuously changing expectations. I am shifting my focus back to making meaningful videos, videos that align with the purpose of my channel. And this is most important, and sometimes the toughest to do, is I'm giving myself a little grace to try new things, even if it goes up against the rules of what you're supposed to do as a new YouTuber to increase your views and your subscribers. I'm really not worrying about how to trigger Al, how to trigger that algorithm. Trust me, he triggers me enough. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I've set all of that aside. Don't get me wrong. I realize how important the algorithm is, but I think for new YouTubers, this is a critical growth period and critical learning period for us. And I don't think we need the pressures of Al during this critical growth period. We need to focus on growing. There is a reason they say the first 100 videos don't matter. That's the critical growth period. That's the rich learning period. Life lesson number 2, relationships take work. Know what you're getting into and spend some time to understand and know your role. And this relationship with Al, the algorithm, takes a lot of work. Al is moody. He is demanding, he is mysterious, and he is very fickle. Oh my gosh. And everybody thinks that they're Al's best friend. Many people say they are experts on Al the algorithm. My thought, again, as a new YouTuber, I have lots to learn, but my thought is nope. Al is very self centered. He is only thinking about himself. He doesn't have any BFFs. And just when people are getting close to him and they think they're figuring everything out, yeah, he gives the little nod and thinks, I'll show them. I'm changing it up again. Now, sometimes he is very supportive and he, I don't know, latches onto your video and your video takes off and you start to think, oh, finally, I'm cracking the algorithm. I'm getting to know Al. I'm figuring it out. We're soon going to be BFFs. And then you work on your next video and you're excited and you're thinking you're strengthening the relationship and nothing. Totally ghosts you. Doesn't even acknowledge all the hard work or the little relationship that you were starting to build in the other video you had put out. Nothing. Some of his other personality traits to be a little wary of that I'm learning is he is obsessive. He obsesses about things such as click-through rates, average view duration, number of subscribers, number of likes, number of comments. Oh yeah, he obsesses about all those numbers, but never gives any meaningful feedback. Then he changes the rules with no warning, which I've already talked a little bit about. He is also a little manipulative. He gets you chasing trends that don't even really feel like they align with your purpose or align with your channel. Oh, yeah, but we chase them anyway. Whew, yeah, this is a relationship that can just be a huge energy suck. Oh, my goodness. It just creates frustration and discouragement and just leaves you feeling drained when you've put all that work and effort into it and nothing happens. Crickets. But you know what? And this is, there's always a silver lining, and this is where the growth happens. Another shift that I think that we can make is remember, Al is not the boss of you. You're the boss of you. This is your channel. We know what we want to do. We know what our purpose is on here. We can't lose sight of that, despite all his little games and tricks he plays on us. Yes, we need him to get on our side and start working for us, or at least working with us. We want him to share the magic of our creation with viewers. We want him to recognize the value that we have and take it to viewers, put it in front of them. The goal is to create content that fits within your values, fits with your channel, fits within your niche, and most importantly, fits within your viewers' wishes. It meets the needs of the viewers. It brings value to the viewers. Those are the relationships we need to work on. This is what I'm realizing now after, well, I don't have quite 100 videos, but I have about 90 videos up, I think. And this is what I'm realizing. We all have roles. Really, the viewers are in charge. Yes, we are in charge of our channel and what we're doing with our videos, but the viewers are in charge because they're like the evaluators. We're the creators. We create the videos and create the content. Al is often the person to make the first or the initial introductions between content and viewer. But at the end of the day, It's the viewer that decides, is this helpful? Is this meaningful? Is this something I want to continue to watch? Oh, do I want to subscribe to the channel and maybe watch a little bit more from this person? We all have critical roles. We need to respond to our viewers. As creators, we need to make sure we are, again, staying aligned with our values and the purpose of our channel or the purpose of our niche. Doesn't mean that some of those things can't change as we grow and learn a little bit more, but we create according to what we want to create and what fits within our expertise or our areas of focus. But it is the viewers that decide what is meaningful. It's not Al. Yeah, he does the initial introductions, but he is not the final evaluator in it all. So I've started to remind myself that, you know what, I can't really blame Al, the algorithm, for all of my channel's shortcomings. I have a bit of responsibility. There are lots of dynamics. Know your role. Life lesson number 3: you cannot control someone else's behavior or actions, but you can control how you respond to them. Al's gonna do what Al's gonna do. We can't control his moods, his mystery, or why he all of a sudden ghosts us. But just like in life, what we can control is how we show up and how we respond. This classic life lesson fits beautifully with navigating the YouTube world and fits perfectly within my channel, Lead Your Living. My channel talks a lot about being in charge of your own living. If you're struggling with the algorithm and still trying to figure it all out, shift your thinking a little bit. Shift your focus back to those things that you can control. Your consistency, your creativity, your initial intentions. Why did you establish the channel in the first place? Your enthusiasm, your willingness to learn, your courage to try new things, and your ability to start again and again if you have to. Those are the things that you can control. At the beginning of the video, I shared with you what book I think Al would be reading if he was a human. I think he's reading Mel Robbins' book, The Let Them Theory, that you can see over my right shoulder here. I've had it in a couple of my videos. Oh, it's a fabulous book. But this is why I think he's reading it. He honestly doesn't care what we do or what shenanigans we try in our effort to win him over. Nope. He's sitting back, and because I'm picturing him as a human with a big smile on his face, sitting solidly in his purpose. He knows that his role is to watch everything on the platform and try and figure out what value he can bring to viewers, how he can bring the best value to the viewers on the platform. That's his number one job. He's not here to help create. He's not here for the creators. He's there to connect viewers with information they want to see. That's his job. He knows what his role is. He says, let them do all this craziness and try and figure me out. Well, Mr. Al, don't forget, I've read the book too. And thank you for the reminder. I am taking the same approach. Let them. Let the algorithm focus on its number one job, bringing value to viewers and matching viewers with the best value and the things that interest them most. Let him do that. That's his job. But I also read the second part of the let them theory, which is let me. And practicing let me makes a huge difference. If you've not read this book, everybody should have it, but especially those of us in this world should have it. There are so many valuable lessons. And so when we say let me, that's just a trigger or a reminder for us to focus on, again, what we can control. What will be our next step? Let me let go of the frustration of chasing Al and trying to figure him out. Let me continue to create videos that I joined YouTube to do in the first place. Let me continue to find the joy in the process and the fun, and let me enjoy the connection when I do connect with subscribers and viewers. I may not have many, but the connections that I make are fabulous. Let me continue to create work that builds on that, strengthens that. It is key to remember the whole let me theory, the let them theory doesn't come from a place of let me and then take your next action from a place of bitterness or anger or frustration. No, it comes from a place of being free and knowing what your responsibility is and knowing what your next action can be. It takes a lot of the emotion out of this crap. We don't need that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, read the book. And this is why I'm convinced the algorithm has read this book, because he has it done down pat. Listen to this quote from the Let Them Theory book. I think it was written for us. When you stop obsessing over what other people think, say, or do, you finally have the energy to focus on your own life. You stop reacting and start living. Yep, that applies to life with Al. That energy can be now poured back into creating good quality videos instead of stressing and wasting all that energy on what Al's thinking about it or what he's doing. Okay, we are wrapping up, but I do have a couple of key takeaways left here in the final few minutes here. Our attitude makes a huge difference. I love this quote from Margie Worrell, who reminds us of the power of words. And she says, the words we use don't define our reality. The words we use actually generate our reality. When you're frustrated with the algorithm, don't spiral into those negative thoughts and negative words that you say to yourself. Oh, poor me. I can't figure it out. The algorithm's always working against me. I'm just so tired of it. Switch those thoughts, those words to something a little more productive. Instead, shift your thinking to, wow, this is a wild ride. So many ups and downs and all arounds. I can't wait to figure it out. I am learning so much in the process. I know, sounds corny, sounds weird, but how we talk to ourselves, our talk tracks, make a difference. Don't let your obsession with the algorithm keep you from doing what you set out to do, what your original intentions were, what you love to do. Create meaningful content for your viewers. So, Al, I don't think we are breaking up. I think our relationship is just maturing to the point that we now realize or recognize that it's time to redefine our relationship, understand one another's roles. That's the important part of making relationships work. Who knows what Al the algorithm is going to do with this video? But if he does put it in front of you and it makes its way to you, please give it a like or leave a comment. That really stokes his ego. But more importantly, your like, your comment, or if you subscribe, that lets me know that some part of this video resonated with you on some level. And that's what this is about. That's what I choose to focus on, and that's what I choose to keep learning from. Whatever your channel is, keep creating.